Welcome back to the Docubata Masterclass 2024. Day 2 brought us insightful lessons from Miss Mav Gonzalez, a host of Eyewitness, who shared her expertise on the production phase of documentary filmmaking. Miss Gonzalez began by emphasizing creativity in interview backgrounds, show hints of the interviewee's life, use multiple camera angles, and consider working interviews for a dynamic feel.
More natural, especially if medyo mahaba yung interview kasi parang hindi siya nakaka-bore na nakaupo lang siya, nakatingin lang siya sa camera. And if meron kayong luxury of having multiple cameras, I would suggest na isang camera nakatutok lang dun sa interviewee ninyo. And then kung dalawa camera ninyo, yung isa either sa interviewer or ito-two-shot nyo na lang siya.
In documentaries, shoot more is the mantra. Capture various types of audio, sound on tape or SOT for seated interviews, natural SOT for ambient sounds, and upshot or up SOT for active conversations.
Break ka agad-agad. So, ibig sabihin ng shoot to edit, kailangan yung mga clips mo maigsi lang at saka parang yun na yun. So, usually 8-second clips. For documentaries, you have to shoot more. So, kahit hanggang maubos lahat ng mga cards na bit-bit ninyo, mag-shoot talaga kayo ng mag-shoot dyan. Kasi hindi mo alam kung baka kailanganin mo tong video na to later, wala ka. So, better na sumobra ka na lang. So, SOT or sound on tape, ito yung mga sinasabi ng mga interviewees ninyo. Nat SOT or natural SOT, ito yung ambient sound o yung kunwari, nasa dalampasigan kayo, ang nat SOT, yung waves. Ayan, yung natural na naririnig nyo dun sa area na yon. Upshot naman is yung halimbawa, naglalakad ka sa bundok, tapos meron ka lang sinabi sa camera, that's upshot. Kasi hindi ka naman talaga nakasit down na nag-i-interview na ganyan. Don't be afraid to to ask again your question, to rephrase it, to get better shots.
She also discussed storytelling techniques. Be experiential, immersing yourself in the situation, or be an observer, capturing the scene from a distance. As an interviewer, you're the audience's eyes and ears.
Now, when it comes to storytelling, merong tinatawag na experiential or observer. I would say I'm more of an experiential documentarist. Pag may ginagawa yung story ang kino-cover ko, gusto ko siya i-try. Kasi gusto ko malaman kung ano yung nafe-feel nila, kung ano yung experience nila. There's another kind which is observer. Pinapanood mo lang talaga yung mga tao na may ginagawa. Basically, if you're a documentarist, ikaw yung 5 senses ng viewer mo.
Interviewing tips were crucial. Have a list of questions, but stay flexible. Embrace pauses and emotional moments and always respect your interviewees. Remember, they are humans with stories.
Di ba yung mga interviewee, parang, kung titigil magsalita, mga 5 seconds, ganyan lang siya. Sometimes, syempre, a lot of times, you would cut it sa editing. Pero sometimes, pauses are okay also. Dead air is not necessarily a bad thing, especially in emotionally charged stories.
Use old photos, videos, audio recordings, and even reenactments to enrich your documentary. After shooting, create an outline to keep the narrative clear and revise as needed.
Mga lumang picture, video, audio recordings, clippings, news clippings, or pwede rin naman na gumawa kayo ng mga reenactment or animation. Next, after the actual shoot, you have to do your preview and your outline. Ang outline ng script mo, makakatulong yan. Dito mo nililayout kung ano yung magiging flow ng documentary mo. Kailangan natin maging efficient, so do your outline the moment you get back to your room. You can always revise it. You can revise it before the shoot, during the shoot kapag nakikita mo na yung flow, and even after the shoot kapag nakita mo na, ay, parang mas strong pala kapag ito ang inuna ko sa documentary ko. Outline mo also makes it easier for you to see the breaks and gaps. Doon mo makikita ko saan ko siya pwede hati-hatiin.
When writing, make sure to write to the video. Start with a strong soundbite. Keep it simple. And use cliffhangers to maintain attention. Balance voiceovers with app SOTs or app SOTs for a more engaging experience.
Gaano ba kahaba dapat yung isang documentary? Depende sa airtime at depende sa storya mo. Kami sa Eyewitness, usually po ay 27 minutes to pushing it mga 31 minutes. Pero paminsan kasi, may mga storya na sige, pupush natin yan. 32 minutes tayo, ganyan. Depende sa airtime din. Kung halimbawa naman po kayo ay mag-post online, then wala kayong limit. So, it's just up to you kung gaano kahaba yung gagawin nyo while still keeping it very interesting na hindi mabobore yung mga viewers ninyo. Cliffhangers. Ito yung sinasabi ko, kapag may gaps or breaks, pag may commercial break yung documentary ninyo, kailangan may aabangan pa rin yung mga viewer ninyo pagbalik para magstay sila. Kasi kahit mahaba yung commercial break, dito lang ako kasi gusto ko malaman kung ano yung mangyayari. Meron pang tanong na kailangang masagot. Voice over and VO. At siguraduhin na tama ang pronunciation. Kailangan mabagal lang para kaya intindihin at namnamin ng nanonood. Personally, mas gusto ko yung mas maraming sought and upsought kesa sa VO. Mas gusto ko na pinagsasalita mo ibang tao kapag gumagawa kayo ng documentary.
Ms. Gonzalez shared final tips. Don't hesitate to cut parts when needed. Gather plenty of material and ensure empathy and correctness in your scripts. A good documentary is unique, understandable, emotionally engaging, and thought-provoking.
Kailangan medyo on your toes ka kapag nagpo-produce ng documentary. Be open to changes. Huwag manghihinayang magputol kung kinakailangan. Don't take it personally. Baka talagang better lang yung documentary if mas, pa siya, tight. Mas mabuti ng sobra ang material kaysa kulang. Lalo na kasi pag mag-shoot po kayo sa malayong lugar, paano babalik kayo doon? Kasi meron kayong nakalimutang kunan. So mabuti na mas marami kayong kinuhaan kaysa kulang. Be empathetic and politically correct in your scripts and interviews. Kung nga, sabi ko, tao rin yung kausap ninyo.
She concluded with a crucial question. When in doubt, watch your documentary. Does it make sense? Does it evoke emotion? Are the stories well-tied?
Kapag di mo na alam kung may edit pa ba, kung may kailangan pa ba akong baguhin, panoorin mo yung first draft mo. Watch your documentary. And then you ask yourself, naintindihan ko ba? Tinapos ko ba? O baka parang gitna pa lang, na-bore na ako. That means, oh my gosh, kailangan mo i-rehaul yung, i-overhaul yung documentary. May naramdaman ba ako? Parang naawa ba ako? Nagalit ako? Natuwa ba ako after ko panoorin to? Masyado bang mahaba or maigsi? Baka naman bitin. Or baka naman sobrang haba na pwede naman sanang putulin na. At lastly, maayos ba yung pagkakatagpili? Kasi kahit maganda yung storya, pag di maganda yung pagkakatahi-tahi mo, hindi siya magiging clear to your audience.
That's a wrap for day 2. Stay tuned for more insights as we continue our journey in the Docubata Masterclass 2024. Let's create documentaries that not only inform, but also inspire and move people.